and this FryDasOle has been saucing today. I saw a couple matches of his, and he was doing his thing. So I'm not looking for 0-2 going not in his favor.
Yeah, but we're seeing dawg make the swap off of the Hammer Legends. He's over to the Akuma, that Val crossover. On the other side, FryDasOle on the Enchantress, the Fate crossover. This has kind of been his main pick for a while now, has been this Fate, but sometimes he'll bring out that Mordex.
You know, I'm kind of sad, right? Like, they set me up. They were like, they play Thor and Taros. Where's the Taros, man? Like, where's the love?
Yo, it's gone, man. He saw that it was the meta and he's like, I don't need that anymore. He's over to the Akuma, no carryover to the things that we would have expected from him, right? He doesn't even have an orb, he doesn't have an axe. Instead, this is a little bit new territory from what we've seen in dawg.
You know, it's got two different weapons, but you know one thing that it does have, it's called top tier. Akuma is Val, and Val is definitely one of the best in the game. Tries to make a read there, not going to get it. FryDasOle chasing unarmed. Going to use both recoveries. You're done, so overextended. The Sayer puts you in the worst position possible.
Yeah, that was a really good situation for dawg. He got that side air, which shoved Fry off stage, which means that he was running out of options there. And dawg cleaning it up with that down light ground pound. Needs to get that extra credit, though. He needs to maintain this lead over FryDasOle.
He has the exact right weapons for that. He's got the gauntlets, because when the gauntlets touch, they're going to add a couple layers to it. We'll talk about 5-layer burrito, no Taco Bell.
He's got to get the cheese, he's got to get the quesarito, he's got to get everything in between, but he's also got to get back onto the stage, both of them in neutral on the main stage. FryDasOle with the orb in hand, just kind of playing that spacing game. You're not seeing him rush to finish off this stock of dawg.
You know, and this is the right weapon for it, right? You wait for that. You wait for that. One more of those, well, weapon toss is going to almost do it. No, not enough. But if you wait for that side light, side air combo, then that's going to close out. But the side air from the site is still going to do it anyway.
I didn't quite catch the stats, the stance that dawg went into, but Val does have relatively high base defense compared to some of the other legends out there. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he's been surviving so long.
Oh yeah, definitely really good defense, and I'm pretty sure you rely on that defense when you're picking this character, because you know you got the weapons that can kind of gamp, control neutral. You don't really have to worry about hitting really, really hard. You just win the game by winning in neutral, and then you close out with the tools that you have at hand.
Just building up that damage as he gets that recovery, and dawg maintaining that lead over FryDasOle.
You know, see, that's one of the things I'm talking about, right? The gauntlets, if you do a recovery with the gauntlets, I don't care if you have 3 stacks of attack or you have 10. You're going to KO.
Regardless of the stance, that recovery hits hard. As long as you get enough damage on it, that thing can KO. And dawg, he's already building up all this extra credit onto FryDasOle. FryDasOle has to find something huge here with this side play as he burns his dodge with a DCN sig. Has yet to touch back.
Coming up on stage with the sword, slicing and dicing. Getting some good damage here. You know, FryDasOle's really going to have to make something shake. He's not really getting the touches he needs with this scythe. I think you might want to go and put that in the back pocket and go back to his orb. Maybe play a little bit of better neutral with it. Nice, finally get something to shake. But you're going to get side-aired and, oh, perfect dodge. The down light, if it would have landed, that would have been the game.
Yeah, you saw dawg really aiming for it. He was perfectly positioned, but FryDasOle had the iframes to get past that down light. But still, the damage from dawg has been just a little too much. Goes for the side air there. Interesting option. I know there's a high ceiling here on Demon Island, but still the recovery kind of made a little bit more sense to me.
I'm with you on that. I think that would have. Oh my gosh. Oh. Hey man, what you doing out here, man?
Found the corner, the stage spike, and dawg able to take game number 1.
Imagine, man, you go out there, you're edge guarding the other person, and you just get slapped across the face. White glove, this means war.
So get out of here. And you're seeing dawg, he's going into that strength stance, wants to even out his stats a little bit more, 5-5-6-6 instead of the 4-5-6-7 that Val has base.
3, 2.
Look at this guy, you know you work for the company. The way you said that, I would have never said it like that. All right, here we go. We got the scythe for FryDasOle. We've got a better start here because he's gonna be able to try to weapon it knock for a little bit, but he's actually getting the straight hand, something that Akuma is well versed in.
I mean, he's got Fist, of course, a fighter in his own right. Coming in, bringing out that sword against FryDasOle, and FryDasOle needs to find more momentum. That was definitely dawg's game for game number 1.
All right, FryDasOle trying to do something here. I want to see more of this because the orb really didn't get much shine last game, and the scythe wasn't doing it. So we're going to see the orb versus this sword. The sword is dominating. Nice weapon toss. Going to put you in a bad situation. Oh, the dodge to set up the down light into the ground pound. Went through the weapon toss, but he was a little too low and a little too far back to catch the ground pound.
Yeah, didn't have the positioning. Maybe didn't recognize that he needed to turn that ground pound around, get that food on the back end. Either way, FryDasOle survives, and dawg now needs to find a way to clean up the stock as he narrowly avoids the boot of FryDasOle.
I ain't gonna lie, I like the impromptu setup, right? You threw the weapon up, but I don't know if he was really trying to do that, but he's like, you know what, I can do this. If he gets hit by the weapon, I can go for the ground pound. He tried to cover a lot of space, but dawg really, really good on that defense there, trying to get past it.
Dawg playing incredibly well right now, trying to find those claps, trying to hit those nairs. Nice little side light recovery onto FryDasOle. Goes over to the outside.
Goes for the ground pound. That's what I call going for the gusto, but ain't gonna be able to blow him down. And now off the side of the stage, still coming out there, not able to catch this final hit needed to close the stop.
Yeah, FryDasOle, again, struggling to finish off these stocks of dawg. You're seeing him slow this one down a little bit, playing a little bit further back as dawg able to take a lot of the stage away from FryDasOle.
A couple of down six have been thrown out over on that right side, but none of them landed. We're gonna start to see some other options, I believe, from dawg, and I don't know if FryDasOle's gonna be ready because the way this looks, he can't find big hits. He's not really controlling any of the neutral space. This is all the dawg show, but dawg's actually also not really converting big after hits either. So this is really, really slow pace for both players.
Yeah, it's really interesting because dawg's got like all this confidence. He is like walking FryDasOle down, but for the most part, he's not winning enough to really warrant it, right? Like FryDasOle's like, come over here, I'll hit you a couple times, and eventually bring this one back because the damage is relatively even now.
Yeah, it's really, really even. It's like you can tell that dawg's winning by look, right? But by stats, it's not as wide as you would think it is. FryDasOle is playing such a slow game. His hits are coming few and far in between. He's starting to pick up pace a little bit more now, and he's almost able to get a lead, but now he's going to go unarmed, and I'm going to see if he's trying to choose. His scythe was looking a little bit better, but I still think to really get into this game, he's going to have to make that orb do something.
Yeah, he needs to be able to finish off those stocks with the orb. That's generally the game plan with the fates out there, right? Like they'll have the scythe plays, build up all this damage, go over to the orb for the finisher, but the side sig from dawg will finish off the second stock of FryDasOle, and he is on his upper bracket stock.
That side sig is the raging demon from Akuma. He's unleashing the Setsuino dawg.
That blending Setsuino Hado plus dawg, and he's bringing it all out as the end sig whiffs from FryDasOle.
He tried it right there with that slide-off pivot, and no good on the signature. It's still going to be... Look at this. It's so patient, trying to get rid of this stock, but not actually trying at all. Just sitting it back and trying to make dawg do something, and dawg is actually comfortable playing at this pace with a lead.
Yeah, he is totally fine. Playing this neutral game, kind of walking FryDasOle down. You can see the spacing, like even just a moment ago, it kind of did dash in, dash back, baited out the end sync for FryDasOle. Just needs to start finding those hits for that extra credit.
All right, the gauntlets are here to play. Gonna throw that, man, that was risky. You charged it up, got the distance on it, but now you're, if the nair landed, it would have been it. That is exactly what you needed. Forced a mistake out of dawg and got the stock off before you ate too much damage, and you narrowly escaped a KO.
Yeah, just narrowly got away from that one. Still has an opportunity here. FryDasOle just needs to take this stock away from dawg, and he can take this to game number 3. Offstage opportunity, hits the dare, hits the Sair, hits the recovery! Dawg, does he have the movement? No, the ground pound, the weapon toss, the ground pound, and FryDasOle forces it to game 3.
I like it, the crowd likes it, and you know FryDasOle likes it. There's only one thing that can be done here for dawg to close this set out. Go to that character select screen. Everybody in the crowd, he needs the Taros.
He needs the energy right now. FryDasOle has all of it off the back of an amazing edge guard, just shutting down the movement of dawg. Fantastic patience, catching that second dare, and he continued it on in the pressure situation and clutched it out when he needed it most.
All right, we're going to see what we get. You can see him deep in thought right now. He had that game. I feel like he shouldn't feel too worried about taking that loss. It's like, okay, I ended up getting caught in the scythe loop. That happens to the best of us. I did have control. I had an opportunity on the left side of the stage. Just chalk it up to small mistakes and play your game once again, because if you stay strong, you can take this one.
Yeah. He's just like, if I don't get edge guarded, I'm good.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Now, the orb is out. FryDasOle ready to play. Dawg sticking with the Akuma. Never answer my wishes, right? I just can't get what I want. It is
no hammers allowed here.
No hammers allowed here.
We saw one hammer not get 3 stock. That's it.
That's it. The sword versus scythe. This is a good start. Nice dodge through from Dawg, because if that would have caught, that could have been bad. You were pretty low down, right? And even with the low damage, that scythe can really turn something into a bad situation when you get below that stage.
Yeah, Dawg really has to respect the scythe of FryDasOle after that completely turned around game number 2. And at the same time, it's Miami Dome. Again, that kind of like middle spot. If Dawg gets too close under the stage, that can be devastating.
Oh yeah, that's where panic jumps come into play. You bonk your head on the bottom of that stage one time, and it can get real bad down there. But look at them. They're both really, really patient right now. Nobody wants to throw the first blow. They don't want to eat that damage. And this is big, right? Because this 1-1, it's still in that territory where they only get this one more game. If not, you will be toast.
Fry trying to play the edge guard, and he'll find the downlight ground pound. Dawg doesn't have the movement. FryDasOle wins out in the offstage again.
Nice job, and this is a different FryDasOle. He's got a big lead this time. He's been playing from the back the whole time, and for him to come through this time, his sight has been warming up as the sets went on, and I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Well, this time, Dawg knows he has to play the offstage. In fact, goes back, he eats the weapon toss. I thought he was doing it intentionally so it didn't get in the way later, but instead, it was just letting Fry get back up onto the stage.
I like what Fry did. Like, he chucked it up there and didn't even, like, attempt to go get it. It's just like, all right, I know he's going to pressure me, so I'm just going to let that thing pop him and then see what he does about it. That was good stuff.
And it's working out so far. Dawg struggling to finish off this stock of FryDasOle, as again, those weapon tosses from Fry, trying to keep himself relatively safe, but a turnaround from Dawg takes this to the second stocks.
That was one of the very few overextensions from either player in this set, and it turned into a bad, bad situation for FryDasOle. He ended up getting that side air punish on him up there high up. And, I mean, maybe he only did that because he had a lead already, but they have not really been going for stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting idea in the sense that, like, it's not like his lead was that big. It's not like he had a stock and a half over Dawg. Instead, it's still pretty even, especially Dawg right now with the gauntlet plays, bringing this one right back into his favor.
Yeah, and he's got the gauntlets right now, and he's giving him the beats. This is good stuff. He's got some good damage. He's about tied the damage. Now he has the damage lead after that sidelight. Recovery, switch to the sword. Ooh, if that downlight recovery would have hit, do you think he would have got him?
I don't think there's quite enough damage on Fry just yet, but still, just like putting out those threats is such a good thing. It's keeping Fry on his toes, knows that he can't safely return anywhere.
There's a little bit more speed on the gameplay of Dawg right now. I like it, changing up the pace.
I mean, he knows he has such a huge advantage here, has the health, has the weapon advantage, keeping Fry on this corner. Fry fights his way over to the outside to pick up the orb, but the recovery almost does it for Dawg.
Yeah, one more of those and you might be gone. Tried the downlight to convert for that recovery again, but good job to dodge out of the way. Now the Sayer's gonna get it. Actually, I didn't think that was enough to KO yet, but that Sayer will do it. And here we are, gauntlets versus unarmed. A good lead for Dawg.
Yeah, and he's definitely got a game plan here that I'm starting to see build out, as he's basically just building up damage with the gauntlets and then goes over to the sword for the finishers. He's now back onto the gauntlets, as this is Fry's winner bracket stock.
Exactly, exactly. You will have another chance in that lower bracket, but man, that thing is huge, and we already know when you do go to the elimination side, you have to play more games than you would have if you could have stayed winning.
Yeah, just the number of matches you have to play doubles from wherever you go into the elimination side of things, and Fry doesn't want that. He wants this stock off Dawg, and Dawg is not giving him an opportunity.
Oh, tried to hit him with that neutral light into the recovery, not able to get the combination. And they're just getting little taps. Those players getting little taps, nothing big. Oh! There's something big. Dawg went up their recovery into in-light, into Nair. That will be it.
That one caught me off guard. I mean, given earlier, right, he did a recovery and it didn't KO against FryDasOle, I was like, all right, Fryda's going to survive this one, but dawg kept it going, went up there, chased in with that neutral air, and is going to shut down FryDasOle. The community content creators be struggling.
Man, yeah, that's back-to-back, right?
Yeah.
That was the most neutral-heavy game we had so far, and I mean, it was good stuff for what it's worth. I like it. Like, you know, I think I myself am more of a fan of the super high-octane matches, but that was the tense. You could cut it with a butter knife.
Well, you know who's not got a knife at all? White Sheepy is over there with TK and Taza waiting to talk about this one.
Duke!
Excellent throw.
Duke, what was that toss? Babe, can we talk about this? What was that?
It's yes and. Like, yes and.
Well, let's talk about this match that just happened because I'm a little heartbroken. I was actually kind of rooting for Fry, and it was pretty close. But man, dawg really did pull it through. I mean, TK, how do you feel? He didn't use the hammer.
Yeah, he didn't look. All right, he's playing the meta, and I can't be mad at him for that. Okay, the meta, it's Val. Like, she's going to be around forever. The issue, from what I saw on the side of FryDasOle, my man just didn't swing. Like, he would not swing in so many situations where it was like, all right, this is your time to swing. This is your time to actually, pressure a little bit. We were talking about how the fact that he would get the first hit, but it was like you get the hit, but you don't get the follow-up. And that was happening a lot in the first game. Second game, he kind of closed out. Third game at the beginning, he was looking good, but then he kind of went back to his old ways of like, I'm hitting, but I'm also not punishing. I'm not converting that to anything.